Hi, this is Larry from WantTotalFreedom.com. Today we're going to talk about a book that I just started reading called Do One Thing Different, 10 Simple Ways to Change Your Life. It's by Bill O'Hanlon. And I read chapter 1 today and I'm going through it. I've got some areas of my life that I want to improve on, and this is one of the things that I'm doing. I've got a few books I'm reading. I've got videos that I'm watching. I've got audios that I'm listening to. But today I'm going to talk about this book, the chapter 1 on it. He starts off chapter 1 with a story about a gentleman that's in the street on his hands and knees looking around, searching, and this officer's walking by and it's nighttime, and the officer sees this gentleman underneath the street light, looking around on the ground, and he comes up to him and he asks him, he goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Well, I lost my keys." And he goes, "Okay." He says, "Well, let me help you." And so he gets down there and he starts helping this gentleman looking for his keys. And after quite an extensive search, the officer finally says, "Do you remember exactly where you lost your keys?" And the gentleman goes, "Well, yes, of course. It's right over there across the street is where I lost them." And the officer looks at him and says, "Well, why are you looking over here?" The gentleman looks at the officer kind of dumbfounded. He says, "Well, this is where the street light is. I can see over here." So I think that we all tend to do that. And I think that, that's the point in this book, is that we all tend to look towards the obvious, solutions to our problems, where the light is or where we can see, and the thing is that that's the easy way out. We all tend to blame outside influences, outside sources, outside things, and we're looking in the wrong places for the solution to our problem. And we're blaming the wrong things on our problems. We often blame outside sources, when the problem is really us, and the problem is really within us. The problem is this creates a victim culture, and that's been going on for quite some time, here in our society. And a lot of people tend to feel like somebody else is responsible for them. Somebody else is responsible for their health and their welfare. Somebody else is responsible for how they feel, and that's not true. We're all responsible for ourselves, and we need to realize that. And we need to start looking, not necessarily where we think we should be looking, but where the real problem is. We need to find the key to our own health. And that's not necessarily where we would like it to be. We got to go within ourselves and look within ourselves. So anyways, again, that victim culture, it relieves us from responsibility. And it places it on somebody else. And that makes it easier for us to accept. And I think that's a lot of why we all tend to do that, Part of the problem is that you get into psychology and psychiatry, and I'm not saying that this is bad, that they don't have their place. But the problem is that, and from what he's saying in the book, is that it gives you explanations instead of solutions. And I think a solution is much more important than the explanation. And then they orient you towards the past, and the past can't be changed. So why even go there? They encourage you to view yourself as the victim, which brings us back into this victim mentality, And they sometimes create new problems that you didn't even know you had, They bring up the past and something else pops up that you forgot all about or that you've already resolved in your mind, but now it's back up and it's an open wound, and now you've got to deal with that. So, sometimes the answer's right inside of us. Sometimes we need to look back at past what's the word I'm looking for? Past successes in our own life, where we've had insurmountable mountains that we've had to climb over. And we never thought we'd make it at that time, but we did make it, and we came out the other side stronger and better because of it. And I think we need to look at why, or not why, but look at what we did then that made us feel better, that made us get past it quicker and more successfully. And I think, again, we all have these things that we can look back on and say, hey, I beat this, and this is how I beat it. And this is how I got better. And we can use those same tools, usually, to get past the struggle or this mountain that we're trying to climb over right now. I've got issues that I'm working with that I need to deal with. And part of it is procrastination and productivity and focus in working, I've been really struggling with that, and I've just, I keep blaming all these other things, and I've got to do this or I've got to do that, and I've got to get this just right. And it's, what? Bull. We just got to jump in, we got to do it, I have got to look into myself and say, hey, I've gotten past things like this in the past. What do I have to do now? What have I done in the past that I can compare to this, and I can help myself get past it? So anyways, we all have our personal struggles, and we all have had past personal struggles that we can refer back to and see what it is we did then and help us with what we need to do now. I just want to read one little passage out of here at the very end of the chapter that I liked here. And it says, he says, solution-oriented therapy is different. While taking into account that people might have a wide variety of problems, including biochemistry or biochemical, personality, or thought disorders, or traumas from the past, it focuses on discovering what people are doing that works and helps them deliberately use that knowledge to eliminate problems. It encourages people to move out of analyzing the nature of the problem and how it arose instead to begin to find the solutions and to take action to solve it. What is so great about the solution-oriented approach is that since it uses your solutions, you can act as your own consultant, and the remedies you find will be custom tailored so that they fit much better than remedies from some outside expert. You have the keys. You just need to know where to shine your light. So, anyways, shine your light inside of you. Take a look inside. And whatever your problem, your issue, your struggle might be, my prayer is that this will help you and that you can get past it, and you can get past it easily and get past it successfully and move on to just live a much better life. So anyways, you have a wonderful day, week, year, month, whatever. Just enjoy your life. And again, this is Larry Edwards with wanttruefreedom.com. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.